Okay. All right. Any questions from last time? What we covered?
No, Ishani, not from my end.
No. All good. Okay. So we worked on the connect part, then we worked on data sources, then we learned how to do filtering, how to sort, how to split, how to hide out, how to rename, how to do calculated column. All this we have already covered. Anyone, any question regarding all the 6 things that I've written over here? No? Okay. So let's move on to the next part of Tableau. You will see me making this mistake a lot of time, making mistake in calling out the name of the.
Shani, in this we cannot save the data. Hello.
You cannot save the data, not yet.
So we have to download, I mean,
again, we have to download in Tableau.
the
You
file.
don't have to download. Why you have to
That's-
download? You have to
No,
connect.
connect. We have
Upload.
connect. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
You have to connect again. Yes. Yes. You will not be able to work otherwise. You will have to connect. Okay, but my Power BI, the way of teaching Power BI is different than Tableau for this reason only, because you can't save your file. So over here, we are not going to do this thing that whatever you did previously will matter in the next class. It won't hamper it. So every time if you're creating a new file, that's absolutely fine. You will not have any problem.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not that a series of work has to be done by you again and again in order to progress in the batch. So that won't be there. Okay, so let's connect once again and Excel and connect with the same data set, Superstore data set. And last time we worked how to work in this part called data source. Again, let's bring the orders table over here so that we can work on the second part of our Tableau, which is called sheets. So everyone ready?
Ishani,
Yes.
on calculated field, can you please give high level overview once?
So don't worry, calculated
Yeah,
fields will come back again because in sheets also we'll go through calculated sheets, a bunch of them.
Sure. Thank you. Sure.
All right. So this part of Tableau is called data source. Basic reason of data source is to look at your data. If you want to hide, clean, prep your data, this is the area that we do it. This is not the only one. Like I said, Tableau Prep is also there as a software, which does much more better job of cleaning your data than only Tableau Public or Tableau Desktop. So once this is done, we go to this part called Sheets. Now, this is also something different that you will see from Power BI. In Tableau, the structure is such that one sheet means one visualization. Over there was a concept of page, and in one page, we used to put all the visualizations, and the page was our dashboard. Over here, sheet is not my dashboard. Sheet is just one visualization per sheet. Once we've created all our visualization, then this symbol that you see at the bottom, this is for the dashboard. So step number 1 is to be in data source, clean up the data, prep the data. Step number 2 is to start creating the visuals for your main dashboard. So let's understand the structure of sheet also. Now on the left side where you see table, right now I have only one table, which is orders table. And then you will see the list of fields over here, right? You will see when I'm scrolling on it, a blue color is coming all the way till subcategory and measures. And after that, you will see a thin line dividing measure name and discount. And below that, if I'm moving, it is coming as green. So this is a blue capsule and a green capsule. The blue capsules are called dimensions in Tableau. So again, since you've done Power BI, just to give you a thought, in Power BI, when you loaded the data, There were certain fields in front of which summation used to come, and there were certain fields in which summation didn't used to come, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So the ones I could do a summations are called measures for Tableau. And the ones I could not do summations, which were the categorical data sets like name, IDs, territories, regions, those are called dimensions in Tableau. So the whole table, all the fields get divided into two parts, dimensions and measures. Dimensions are categorical data on which we do not do any aggregation except for count. And measures are the one on which you can do sum, average, max, min. You can do various calculations on top of it. This part is clear? Simple. So this is where you're going to have your fields. This is the area where we put the fields in order to do filtering, but we'll do one by one. We are not going to touch all the areas in one shot. Just giving you the names. These are filters. This area where you see color, size, text, details, tooltip, this is called a marks card. Okay. On the top where you see column and row, these are called shelves. And this is the area where the visualization will be created. And how do you change visualization? So there is no separate panel for it. So this was the field. What was it called? Field only, I think. This was called the fields. And then there was a visualization panel. So we don't have visualization panel here. We have got something called show me. So once you click on show me, it will give you the various type of charts which are possible. Right now, everything is deactivated because I have not dropped any data over here. Now tell me, once you look at this area, does it remind you of something in Excel?
It's pivot.
Pivot table, isn't it? It's exactly like a pivot table. So whether you drop here, this is a row shelf, or you drop here, same thing. Whether you drop here or in the column shelf, same thing. So the headers that we create are going to be dropped in the row and the column. And in the drop field, we drop the field which we want to summarize. So if I wanted to find out, let's say, category by sales, all I need to do is find my category. You can double click it. It typically places it in the right place. And I want sales, which is a measure. So I'll go down, double click on sales. So automatically it has done that. In row, it has put category and it has done a sum of sales, just like you Excel. Correct? Default function is also sum.
So,
If I would have, go ahead.
Shani, these major names like discount, profit, quantity, sales, this is already been done, or yeah.
This is a part of your data table, right? The table that you've picked.
Yeah.
So all these things which has numbers, these are measures.
Okay, the measures.
Right? And ABCs are all categories. So these are all dimensions.
Okay, fine.
Right? Now, beauty of it is, if you look over here, this is hash and it's blue. Blue meaning dimension.
Dimension.
And over here towards the end, it is green and it is hash, means it's a measure. Okay. Now, Tableau is intelligent. Why I'm saying it's intelligent? Because even though the data type is a number, it still did not put it as a measure. The row ID. Row ID has not been classified as a measure, even though it has a number in it. You know why? Any guesses? Just guess.
It's working as a primary key.
It's working as a primary key. I don't think so. It would have done that much thing. But you know, the software has been created in such a way that anytime you put an ID, the word ID, like student ID, product ID, category ID, something ID,
the data is arranged in such a way so that Tableau is thinking it's unique.
It knows that it is not something that I'm supposed to
just guessing.
Yes, I'm not supposed to do aggregation. It's an ID, hence it is going to be a dimension. So this is the beauty of this software. Like it's amazing how much thought have been put inside it. And trust me, you will see that it's using it is relatively easier and faster. So once you have got our tables, you can go to show me and then decide which chart you want to create. Now, please understand there are few charts which will be active, few will not be active. The ones which are active, and why they are active, because every chart that we create requires certain number of dimensions and certain number of measures. If I remove sales, right, none of the chart is showing up except for the table, because that's the only chart, that's the only visualization I can create without any measure. So whenever you hover on top of any chart, at the bottom they keep telling you how many measures and how many dimensions it requires, right? So once I drop sales, now why these are active and why, let's say for example, this one is not active. Why? Because it requires at least one geographical dimension in it. And since my data does not have a geographical dimension in it, it is not active. So the ones active are the ones, why they're active? Because they have got the required number of dimension and measure. However, that does not mean that all of them are going to be suitable for your visualization. So don't think Tableau is saying 7 is good to go, I can pick any of the 7. It is not that. These 7 can be created, but still it's going to be your judgment, which is the correct visualization to do. All right. So a simple thing, let's say I want to create a bar chart or a tree map. Simply it gets created. So one chart, one sheet, right? If you want to put something on the top, you can double click on sheet 1. This window opens up and we can write, let's say for example, I want to write category by sales. Okay. If you want to make it bold and change the color and all that can be done. So, okay. So category by sales, a chart has been created for me. And on the right side, you will see legends are there. Legend is depicting that this color is blue, means higher. The darker the blue, the higher the number, the lighter the blue it's becoming, the lighter the lesser the amount is coming up. So technology has higher sales versus furniture versus office supplies.
Ishani,
Yes.
sorry, my net was bad in between. So how you created this, from where you have created this? So I missed
So
that.
from where I created it, I had picked category.
Mhm.
So I double click category. Then I went in the same place. These are all the fields. This is where all the fields of the tables are kept.
Right.
And I clicked on this. Then show me
Okay.
and tree map.
Okay. Tree map. Okay. In show me we have maps.
Correct.
Ishani, just a little question.
Yes.
For example, if I drop wrong rows, wrong data into this sheet, what is the way to delete that?
You just drag it out. Just like how we did in pivot, we used to drag it out. Same thing.
Okay, I tried to remove the category field, that got removed, but not the sum part.
So it has to be dragged out one by one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And if you don't want to drag it out, and Control Z works over here, huh? And if you want to remove everything, let's say whatever we've created, we don't like it, we want to get rid of it. Then on the top, underneath this format map, you will see this one, which is called clear sheet.
Okay.
Alt Shift backspace. So if you press this, it will clear the sheet.
Got it,
Okay.
Ishani.
And, and Control Z works. Another thing that you might ask me is about the color. So on the legends, these are like the default colors that Tableau has, but you can click over here, you can edit your colors. This is automatic, but there's a lot of palettes. So let's say I want to pick up this palette. So you can apply it. So the palette changes. So, just work with edit colors and you will see a lot of variety of colors being there. If you want to customize that also, you can customize. Clear?
How did you go to that?
So when you go on the legend, you will see a small drop down. So once you click on the drop down, edit colors.
Okay, and edit title. Okay, got it.
So Ishani, please say again, what does this pages do above filters? What is this?
Oh, pages, we will talk about them one by one.
Okay.
First step, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create any kind of visualization over here. Just like how it was easy in Power BI also. So you
Yeah,
keep on dropping your fields and then you pick and choose your visualization. In Power BI, I typically do the opposite. I pick my visualization and then drop, because over there, there are various places where you have to drop it to get a right visualization. Over here, it kind of does its own work. And then I can pick, okay, I like this visualization and I do it. Okay. Now we are going to talk about next about marks card. This entire area is called a marks card. Now, what is the purpose of it? Let's see. Let's say if I had a bar chart. Now, number one thing in a marks card is color. So if I had to change a color of a particular visualization, then I can click over here, change the color of the visualization that I see. Opacity, if you want to increase or decrease, you can decide on that. If you want to put borders, everything related to formatting, this is the place to be. So this is your color, if I want to change the color. Now, another thing that we can do in color, one is that whatever is your visualization, you're changing the color of that. Second thing could be that, let's say if I had subcategories and I had sales of the subcategory, and I am creating this chart. Okay. Now, two things. I can drop a dimension into a color, and what it does, based on the items of your dimension, it will divide this visualization into different colors. Just to give you a thought, how many categories do I have?
3.
How many? 3. Under each category, there is subcategory.
Yes, correct.
Correct? Right? And then I can put sales, profit, discount, whatever, one measure. So I have to do this all to understand which subcategory belongs to which category and then look at the sales. So this is one way of representation. That I put category, I put subcategory, and then I look at the sales, right? What am I going to understand over here, or what will be my intention of creating this visualization? What are the insights you will draw from this visualization?
Categories doing
Comparing
well
the
under
sales.
Comparing the
the
sales of what?
category and subcategory.
Within one category.
within subcategories.
Within a category, right? You will be comparing the subcategories within a category, but would you be comparing subcategories overall when you look at this? Maybe not,
No.
right? The focus is more on category wise, which subcategory is doing good and which subcategory is doing bad. Now, what I'm going to do in this one, where I have got subcategory wise sales, I will bring the category. I will not drop it in the visualization, but I'll drop it in colors. Now, what did it do? There are 3 categories. So 3 colors got imparted over here. Blue is for furniture, red is for technology, and orange is for office supplies. Now, if you look at it, what is the insight generation you'll do?
Subcategory wise comparison, I guess.
Subcategory wise comparison. But my intention, when I look at this, I'm thinking, oh, so out of all the categories, the top 5 are mainly from furniture and technology, right? And
Yeah.
office supplies at the bottom. So I'm able to compare the subcategory and visually make a distinction based on the category also. Correct?
Yes.
So a different meaning to it. Now, let's create another sheet. If I put subcategories, I put sales, and again, I'm making a bar chart. Let me sort it. And I'm going to put now a measure into a color. So I put a profit into colors. Now, what do you look at? So legend says something which is darker blue is more profit, and lighter blue, and when it comes towards orange, it means it's negative profit. So now what's the insight generation from this?
They're not only getting the sales, but are also getting insight for the profit. Which one is making profit?
Which subcategory?
Yeah.
Tables.
So copier.
So
and
tables got highlighted, right, Arshad?
Yes.
Why? Because even though it's coming in top 5 or top 6, but it's actually not giving me any profit. So sales is higher, but profitability by sales tables is a very bad subcategory for me, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Copier and
So even
sales
though
are
chairs and bookcases have higher sales, but profitability is where?
fourth.
Copiers and phones.
Yeah. Copiers and phones. Yes.
Correct? So you saw with the color, three things we did. One is we changed the color of the basic visualization. Second, we put a dimension into it. Once we put a dimension into our colors, what it does, it divides the visualization, existing visualization, based on the items of your dimension that you've dropped in colors. So again, if you want to change the color of any of them, you can go to edit colors. And first you select, like I want to change it for furniture, select it over here, then select here, select it over here, then select here, select it over here. This is how you're going to change the color of your visualization. Got it? And in the third one, what I did, I used a measure into it. So when I put a measure into it, I'm actually analyzing the subcategory based on two measures and not one. I'm able to analyze its sales as well as look at its profit at the same time. Is this part clear?
Yes, Ishani.
Yeah. Others, Tanu, Shweta, Kshitij,
Yes, sure.
Yes, Ishani.
Ashish, Dhirendra, Girish, Manoj, Lalit.
And
Yes.
there cannot be more than two, right?
More than two what?
So this dimension of
Measure.
yeah, measure. Yeah. Discoloring, please.
See, if I drop, let's say, discount also, it will create something, but it did not create exactly what I was looking for. It created this visualization in which I am looking at sales and profit, and I'm looking at discounts and profit. And if I
Discount and
sort this
profit,
thing, so this is giving me, so tables is a worry point, right? Because discounts are higher in labels and accessories and supplies. Discount is not very high in tables, but still we are not making profits in it. So this is subcategory which someone wants to probably, take it up and explore
In
more
table, it's
why we are
showing
not getting
negative, right?
profits. It's not negative. Oh, negative profit, yes.
Profit negative. Yeah.
It's a
But
negative,
discounts, you
that's why
see, it is not got a huge
Third last.
discount. Huge discounts are in other categories.
So phone copiers are giving more discount, but yet having a better profit.
Correct.
So Ishani, if we put in the columns the profit, then it will show the negative.
Then
profit,
if I
right?
put this over here, there will be a third chart.
Yeah, and it shows the negative. This
Yeah,
minus
it will
20.
show negative.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Shani, I
Okay.
am not getting the chart while putting discount.
Which chart?
This bar chart I have put, but while putting discount field, I am getting dotted.
What are you trying to put?
Like if you are putting discount column on this column, then you are getting another chart, right?
This one.
Right, yeah, I am not getting this.
So what do you have? Do you have, look at your shelves. What do you have in your shelves?
I have sum of sales and subcategory.
So move subcategory to the rows and move sum of discount to the columns.
Subcategories is on the rows and columns are sum of sales and discount column. I'm putting that, but it's showing. Okay, I got it.
Got it?
Got it. Yes, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So this is the role of color card. Let's give it back the normal colors.
Ishani, what was Ashish's question again? I'm getting the same dotted dots.
I was telling him, check the shelf that I have. What do you have in your shelves? Check that.
Okay.
Dots are scatter plot. Now you can't call them dots anymore. You must be getting like this. Is it?
Yes, I'm getting something like this.
Or
But
like this.
Yes. Yeah.
So these are scatter plots. Don't call them dots anymore. Click on your bar charts. In
I
show
can-
me, click on your bar chart.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, you may.
So as
Okay.
the moment I drop something here,
Not here. So don't drop here. It's not like, don't treat it completely as pivot. What do you want to do? What is your intention? Like, what do you want to do with the sales?
I wanted to see the sales in colors and profit in the bar.
So drop sales in colors. So take sales and drop it in colors marks card.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Like
Okay.
this.
Now, what does it indicate? So you have discount and sales. So click on show me so that we can look at the legend.
Yes.
So the sales is higher in profit and technology. No, the profit is, the discounts are higher in the discounts are lower in furniture and technology, and sales is higher. Versus office supplies, discounts are more. Discount also, we should not take some, we should take an average of discount, but I'll tell you how to change it. But basically, we are getting to know that sales is more in furniture and technology versus office supplies, even though discounts are lower in it.
Even
Understood?
though, yes.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, let's move to the next card, which is called size. Like the name suggests, all it does is changes the size of your visualization, whether they are the scatter plots or the any other, bar chart, column chart, bubbles. So if you just move this around, this will help you to increase or decrease the size of the visualization that you have. Okay, so that's the purpose of your size chart. Okay, so it may be this, it may be like, let's say if I prepare a bubble chart, in that again, if you want to, these are the circles. Now circles, when you in bubble chart, I can't play around with the sizes because over here the size is depicting the value. But if I did your scatter plots, in scatter plots again, you can play around with the sizes and increase or decrease it. Clear? Now, when you're working with the shapes, like I am working with the shape right now, you will also see something called shape pops up over here, which was not there originally. This shape also pops up. So if you want to change the shape, you can. And another very interesting thing about this is that you can also give your custom shapes. So I have more shapes, and in my repository, I also have some, custom shapes over there. So I can go to the custom and I can pick let's say this one, apply, and okay. So now you can't see this over here because there's a lot of subcategories. But now if you see, those icons have been replaced with these dollar symbols. So you can have your own icons also that you can put. So just to give you,
we don't have.
We
shapes,
don't have but
shapes.
This is
Public.
You will have
Public.
shapes when you change this automatic to shapes. You change it shapes over here, the shapes card will come up.
Okay, thank you.
So for example, if I plotted, let's say, country and sales, right? When I plot country and sales, something like this is coming up. Now, instead of having these boring dots, I can simply, when you are going to shape over here, you click on the shape, I can go to more shapes. For you, I don't know, custom chart, this might be empty. So I can put this over here and plot it. And then I can play around with the icon also, the shape of the icon. So instead of those, this can be like sales or revenue, whatever I'm depicting, I can depict using this icon also. How do you put these icons? Icons you know how to get. When you're going in your folder in the C drive, over here, type in my Tableau repository. Normally it comes up, I never have to type so much. Repository.
You need to click enter or search. You need to click on search or click enter. Just
I did. Someone is not liking it today. Normally, I don't have to type so much. Also, I type my TAB, it comes up. Doesn't feel like searching today. But you can, guys, you can search. It's hanging. Hold on. YouTube is hanging a little bit.
It's showing my
Yes,
Tableau
Shani, we have it.
repository.
Yeah, in my Tableau repository, there is something called shapes, a folder called shapes.
Yes, yes.
So whatever you want custom shapes to be there for your part of your visualization, you drop it over there.
Okay.
Mine went for a toss.
The shape folder is empty.
Yeah, it is empty. You're going to put something into it. That's why we're customizing it. So you can download any shape and put it over there.
Okay.
Okay. That's how you get shapes. So if you see over here, all these shapes that you see in custom, this has been downloaded by me and put it over here for the purpose of utilizing it. Got it?
Yes.
All right. Moving on. Now let's talk about this thing called, the third thing called label. Now, what is the purpose of label? Like the name suggests, it helps to put the values based on which your visualizations have been created, right? So if I click on label over here, or if I click over here, show marks label, what it does, it puts labels. Since I have dropped sales and subcategory, so it is going to try and drop all the labels over here. Now, what you observe is that it does not put all the labels, it will put few labels. And the reason is, if I try to put all the labels, it might look very, very clumsy work. So what it does, instead of putting all the labels, it put few labels. For the labels is also there and it doesn't look very cluttered. But if I wanted to put anything else in the label, then I can drag and drop the dimension, or I can drag and drop the measure into the label part. Okay. So for example, if I drag profit into label, now what am I looking at? I'm looking at the profits of each subcategory, and I'm looking at the bar length as sales. Another example, let's say these are the country data set that I have. I want to label the countries. So I can bring country from here into label. So it has marked all the countries. Now, does it look nice?
Yes.
Yes.
No, cluttered.
Too crowded. Too crowded,
Yeah,
nice?
yeah.
Too crowded. So again, we can go back to label and customize our labels also. So right now it has said show marks label, and right now it's almost at allow labels to overlap other marks. But what if I only wanted to concentrate on the minimum and maximum? So I can click on min and max. So now it has given me Afghanistan and Vietnam. Let's see if it's correct. So if I put country and sales, which is the country with the highest sales?
Australia and China.
Highest is Australia and the least is Mongolia. Right? Is that the same thing it has marked over here?
No.
No. So what did it do? It did based on A to Z. Top is Afghanistan, least is Vietnam. Okay. So if I want to say I want to do a min and max, but not based on country, so I have to go to this field and change this to sales. So once I did that, now it is marking Australia and Mongolia. Clear?
Yes.
Right? Yes. So this is your label. And in label again, you can always click on these three dots, change the font size, font type, font color, and add few things in the labels that you want to. Okay, all these things you can do. Okay, I'll show you one cool thing and then I'll give you one few set of questions to work with. Now there is something called a tooltip. Can anybody tell me what's the role of a tooltip? What's the role of a tooltip? When you hover on top of any visualization elements, you see these values. Countries, Australia, sales is 925,236. India, sales is 589,650. What is this called? This is called a tooltip.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of a tooltip?
Giving the
So give the
information.
value information.
When,
To give
uh,
information, right? Because if you put too much information on your visualization, it looks bad. So if I don't want to put all the information in the visualization, but when a person is interested hovering on top of an element, then yes, I want the information to be there. That's called a tooltip. So right now I am getting country-wise sales. What if I also wanted to show the quantity sold? So I can put it in tooltip. I also want to talk about the profit. I can leave it in tooltip. So when I look at Australia now, I'm getting the country, the profit, the sales, as well as the quantity. Similarly, anywhere where I click, it is going to show me the country, profit, quantity, and sales. Okay. Yes, no, maybe.
yes.
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 Yeah.
Now the cool part of Tableau. What if I wanted to understand that, okay, I have chairs as a subcategory, which has all the sales, right? Now I want to see the contribution or the distribution of the sales amount among various countries and sitting in the same sheet. Like I don't want to go to another sheet. I want to be in this sheet. But when I hover on top of chairs, I would like to see the world map where I've got country-wise sales of chairs. So what I can do in the tooltip, right? In the tooltip, what I did, I dragged subcategory, I dragged profit. So all of them are already existing over here. Now, instead of what I drag, I want to show, I can also insert a sheet into my tooltip. So on the top, you see sheets. Sheet 4 is the one where I made the map, I think. Let me check. Where did I put the map? In sheet 4. So I'm coming over here, going to, not this, going to tooltip, go to insert, in sheet, I want sheet 4. So I want the sheet 4 to be there. I click OK. And now when you hover on top of any of the chairs or bookcases, your charts would change. And this is not a static chart, it is changing depending on which subcategory you're putting. So this is giving me two information. One is which subcategory has a higher sale. Second, I can also see which country was the maximum or the minimum in terms of each subcategory. Okay, so inbuilt thing is there. I can put the tooltip into, I can put another sheet into the tooltip of one sheet. So what is the purpose of tooltip? Tooltip, simple work or simple reason we use it to give more information than what is provided through the visualization. What can I put? I can show dimensions, I can show measures, and I can put other sheets also as a part of my tooltip.
So Isani, can we jump on directly?
Jump on what?
Jump on directly sheet 4. When
As
we
in
click
when
on,
you're, see, sheet 4 does not, sheet 4 does not have any kind of filtering on top of it till I put it in tooltip. Now, based on the subcategory, it is getting filtered, right? But without the tooltip concept on the sheet 1, this is going to remain static.
Okay.
Okay, so even if I want to click here and once this is there, I go there, then doesn't make any
Okay.
impact.
We cannot create a link like.
See, we do not want to create links between sheet to sheet, but yes, when you're in a dashboard, you can go back in between dashboards, you can go back in between sheets also.
Okay.
Main working area is not sheet. Sheet is basically a building block in Tableau, and dashboard is the main working area for us.
Okay.
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 All right. Let me try to give you some questions so that you can practice these concepts. Let's do this. Category, subcategory wise total sales. Do a color distinction between categories. Do this question. This question you can do right now, the one that I'm making bold, and this question. These two questions first, then we'll talk about others. First and third. Kshitij, is the concept clear?
Yes, Ishan. Thank you.
All right.
On first one, Shani, this has to be on a single bar chart or like you showed on a different bar chart? Two different bar charts.
One sheet only.
No, on one sheet we have two different bar charts, or we need
One
that
single.
together?
This will end up in one single bar chart. It says category, subcategory wise total sales and create color distinction between categories. So the category part would be just a color component of your bars.
We cannot delete the sheet.
You can delete, you can duplicate anything you want. But if you have only one sheet, then yes, you can't delete it. Sheet is one element, right? So you can clear the sheet. You can create a new sheet and delete it, or you can clear it with this symbol over here. Alt Shift Backspace.
How can I delete the sheet?
Just click on it, right click, delete. But if you have only one sheet left, then it won't allow you to delete. Then you need to clear it. Because see, when a Tableau file opens, it always have data source, sheet, dashboard, and story. 4 things are already there, always. Sheet 1 always need to be there.
No, I have sheet 1 and sheet 2. I have cleared the sheet 2 and I want to delete the sheet 2.
So just right click, you will get delete.
Actually, I am not getting that.
Show me
I
your
just
screen.
gave duplicate, paste, hide.
Right.
Yeah.
Show me your screen.
Control Z. So this is command, and I want to delete it. Is it because it's connected to this sheet? This one?
Yes. That's why it's not allowing you to do it, right?
So if I
delete it, yeah.
This, and then maybe delete this. Yeah, I'm getting that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Shweta done, Ankita done. All right. Others?
Shani, what we need to take with the ship mode, it's profit.
Not the profit. Okay, let's discuss which is the most. I should have not given you the third one also right now. I think first one was good enough to start off with. First one everyone has done. Let's not
Yes,
do
yes.
third right now.
Yes.
Let's not do third right now.
Yes,
First,
we've done the
everyone is
first
done,
one.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
That
for
means
doing the another chart, do
New
we have to
sheet.
select new sheet? Okay, so
New
we can
sheet.
add more sheets there.
Yeah. As many as you want. Sitaram, done. Shikhar, Neil, Naveen, Lalit, done.
Ishani, for category and subcategory, we have to put it in the rows or in the columns, because I have put it in the rows.
I typically let it flow first, and then if I want to move around, you want. So this is a row. This is called row. This is called column. So depending on what you're trying to create, you will draw in row and column. So for the first question, you were only going to drop subcategory and sales. Okay. Your color is through your category. So category has to go to your marks card. That's your question number 1.
Okay, Ishani.
I took the category as well with the subcategory.
No need. Then you're crowding it. The whole point of putting it as a color was
Okay.
to give
So
a color
category
distinction, right?
Category is defining by the color.
Yeah, if you want, I'm not going to say it's not that we don't do like that. We do what you're saying also, we do sometimes, that we have category and subcategory and we do color distinction also. We do it, but my intention was not that. But if you've done it, it's fine. It's fine. But what I've written is I want the category distinction through the color. So that's the reason I would not put category here. But it's not that I don't do this work. This work is also required from time to time.
Ishani, if I wanted to show the category and want, some field, and also want the count of it to be depicted as a chart, how can I?
Yeah, we are going to do that. That's why I told you not to do the third one.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the second question. This is the first question. Question 1.
So I'm done with first and second one.
Second, okay, hold on. I did not tell you. Copy.
Shani, on your slide, I am not able to see the labels like categories in furniture, office. The show me is stuck.
Hold on. Show me stuck.
Right.
1 second.
Like
So tell me what happened. You want to share your screen once?
yes, just give me a minute. I have to join with other computer. Give me a minute. Sorry. Give me a minute.
So Shani, to save these files, we need to log into the Tableau.
Correct. I'll talk about it today. Hold on.
Isani, if the sheet 1 chart is connected with sheet 4 chart, can we change the sheet name?
Sheet names you can change. That should not be a problem.
If chart is connected with the other sheet.
Yeah. Sheet name should not be a problem, but you can't delete it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shanishi.
Now what?
While I'm clicking on here so that I can see the labels.
Click on show me. Show me.
It's not allowing me.
Hold on. Let me remote access it.
Yes.
I'll just click on the word. It did go away. How come it's not doing? Strange. Go away. Go away.
Hello.
Yeah, I understood what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not going away. Why is that? Why is this thing stuck here? Strange.
Earlier it was working, but now suddenly it stopped working.
Don't know why it's not working. No idea why it got stuck suddenly. Let's close it.
Now,
Close. Now it's working again. I don't know what I did. I just changed and you had a start. Sorted. Now it's working.
now
God
it's
knows
working.
why.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now that you've created your first visualization, now you guys can also save your workbooks. Now, in order to save the workbook, like I said, this is going to be unlike Tableau, where you can save your, this is going to be unlike Power BI, where you can save your workbooks on your desktop and work with it. You will have to always do saving on a Power Tableau Public, not Power Public, on Tableau Public. So for example, this is how it's going to look like. Without a visualizations, you can't store it. Okay, so let's say if I connect to a file, right? Once you've created this, then you will go to file, and then you're going to go to save to Tableau Public. Once you click on save to Tableau Public, you will get this sign-in sheet. So you can't sign in till you do not do a sign up. So sign up happens over here. Create one now for free. Once you've created a sign up, when you signed up in Tableau Public, then you can go ahead and sign in. And then once you sign in, you have to give the name of the workbook, you know. And that's it. You can save it. So once you save, it will take you to Tableau public server, put your file over there, and then you can change the settings so that nobody else who wanders through your profile can look at your work. So this has taken me to Tableau public now. This is the visualization I have. I can see only one sheet, even though if I have multiple sheets, that will not be visible. And what you can do is go to the settings, and over here you can hide the visualization, hide the sheets, allowing any access. So anybody who comes to my profile also will not be able to see this particular sheet. Okay. Secondly, you can download this file. So you can download this file as a Tableau workbook. So this is a way out. You put everything in Tableau public, and from there you can download it as a Tableau workbook if you want to keep the copy of the, if you want to keep a copy of the workbook, or you can download it as a PDF, as a PowerPoint, as a data, as an image. You can do that. Got it? Can
So-
everybody try to save the first visualization? Try to sign in and create it.
Ishani, I'm using Tableau dashboard file. So can I have to like go with these steps or I have to save directly?
You have desktop.
Yeah.
So if you have desktop, then when you go to your file, you will get normal things like
Save as option I'm getting.
a save and a save as.
Yes, I'm getting.
So just save it.
So we need to sign up first.
Not for desktop, for public, yes. This is a desktop version. Two different things, right? If you have desktop, you will not read the word public over here. And
Ishani,
if you
we
have
can
a
download
public,
also.
no, you can't download this. This is a license version.
Okay.
Okay, so for you, that's what I'm saying. Use Tableau public, create a file and put it over there.
So Shani, do we have to select save to Tableau public as, or just say, I mean,
Save to
can you
Tableau
show-
public. Save to Tableau public. Save to Tableau public as would be if you're duplicating what is in your Tableau public.
Okay. So when it gives us the login sign in link window,
then you have to do a sign up at the bottom. You will see a sign up over there. I will not get it anymore because I've already signed in once. So it should read at the bottom, create new ID, something like that.
yeah.
So click on that. It will allow you to do a sign up. Once signed up, then you can sign in.
Okay.
So Shani, it will remain private. I mean, no one else can do my dashboard.
As long as you've changed these settings. If you change these settings, you will have it as private. Like I have a lot of things on my Tableau public also. And if you go to my Tableau public profile, you can't see anything.
Okay.
Visualization, 30
can you please
visualization.
explain this setting one more time?
Yeah.
How to
So
make
if
it
you
private?
go to any visualization, on the top you see the setting button.
Yes.
So click here and just turn off everything.
Okay. Because when I loaded it, it says 6 views or something. So it's
Half the views are coming from us only, don't worry. When you go back and forth in your Tableau public, you're creating a view. Yeah, best is to upload and then just don't make it visible to others. Anybody
So-
facing difficulty? Yes.
No, Sani, it's just that when I saved it, everything, only one sheet is being saved, or where are the others? Like
No. Others are there. Again, if you go to the setting, it says show sheets as tabs. So if you turn it on, then you will be able to see all the sheets.
Okay.
Otherwise, the sheet on which you are and the time that you save, that sheet was only visible.
Okay.
Saved, Ishani. I have
Yeah.
saved.
Done.
Thank you.
Okay, now the question that someone was asking me, if I want to do a count, right? How do you do a count? So if you drop a field, for example, over here, let's do this. If I drop a field of, let's say, subcategory, and I want to understand how many times the subcategory has come. So just like how you used to do in pivot, same thing we'll do. We'll drop it twice. And one of the field, you will go to measures and convert it into a count. So again, over here, you have a count and a distinct count. Depending on what the business problem is, you can decide what is the count and the distinct count.
Could you please repeat it?
Yes. So for example, I had subcategories and I also wanted to find the count of the subcategory. So what I did, I dropped subcategory once again. Now, since both of them are dimensions typically create the header. So this has created a header out of it. So I can go to my dimension, go to this thing called measures, and from here, change the measure to a count. As soon as I do a count on it, it's able to plot itself.
Okay.
Okay. And if I had any other measure also, like sum of profit, and I wanted to change it to an average profit. Same process, click on the drop down, go to measures, sum, and you can change it to average, median, count, count distinct. All these information is given to us.
Now, Shivani, once we have saved it online, now if I make a change over here on the Tableau, does it get
Then you
saved
save
to
it.
the-
Then you save it again.
Okay, okay.
If you press a save as, like Control S, right?
Mhm.
Over here, let's say, oh, this is the desktop file. Now. Let's say this is a Tableau public profile, right? So if I press a Control S now to save it, it is going to say me save workbook on Tableau public. Workbook title is this. If it's the same title you want to keep, overwrite it. Yes, that's it.
Got it. Thank you.
How to sort both the measure individually? Both the measure individually. 1 second. Individually, one at a time, right? So right next to your access title kind of a thing, you will see these sorting buttons over here. So you can sort A to Z, Z to A. But since this access is common to both, if I'm sorting subcategory, my subcategories here will change. And if I sort my profit, this will change. So this is a common thing between both. All right. Any other questions? Now let's talk about the question number 3, which I've given you. How will you do question number 3 now? Tell me.
Shani, can you have
By
question?
using that tooltip.
Which, no, I don't want tooltip in this. The tooltip will not be there. Which ship mode is preferred the most? What are you considering to get this answer? Which ship mode is preferred the most? How do you know? What are you taking into consideration to understand the preference?
So the count of ship mode.
Count of ship mode.
The more the count, the most it is preferred, apparently.
Might not. Okay. All right. Let's do this thing. If I put a ship mode and I put a ship mode and you are going to do a count. Count. This is, I think, let me see. This is about 6, no. Is the total around 11,000 in this? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
6, 2, 8, 1, 9, and 2.
See, I'll tell you what the problem is. Now, what is going on in the data? If you notice, one order number is coming multiple times, correct? That's why something I told you previously about this data. One order ID comes multiple times. The reason being, in one order ID, there are multiple products that are there. Okay. So do you think they are all shipped through different modes, or one order has one mode only?
One order ideally should have one mode.
It has one mode. So if I use a ship mode to put over here and I do a count of ship mode, this is going to give me a wrong, this is giving me a wrong data set. Okay, so I cannot use, and if I do it distinct, then it'll give me 111. So what is a better way of finding which ship mode is more popular?
Order count?
Order ID.
Order count is written like
Order.
I did that, order count.
So the order ID is right. Count of what?
Yes, order, yes.
Order ID, right? So yes, I would also pick order ID, and now I'll do a distinct count. Because I can, now it will make sense. So distinct count of order ID. So if I put a distinct count of order IDs, now this is the correct output. So which is the most preferred one? It is the standard, which is most preferred. And then it says that only put label on max and min. So how should I do it?
We'll go on labels. And
We will go on label and do max and min. And make sure we are doing max and min on count distinct of order ID. Got it? So that's your question number 3.
Sunny, can you please repeat it again?
Sure. So let's say number 1, the thing was that, okay, how do I get to know which is the most popular one? So I can't use sales or profit because sales and profit has nothing to do with the popularity of a ship mode. So ship mode which is used means where the number of orders are more. So I need my ship mode. I need my order ID, but order ID is a text. So it is not being aggregated. So in order to aggregate it, I am clicking on the drop down, going to measures, and over here, since it's a text, I can only do min, max, count distinct. Min, max also in terms of which is the first item of the what do you call list? What is the last item of the list? Exactly like Power BI. Over there also you had first and last. This is min and max, and then count and count distinct. So I'm putting count distinct because one order has to be counted only one time. Okay, and then if you simply go to show me and click on this bar chart, it will get created. So far so good, Sitaram?
Yes. And in column we can put another column like customer ID or customer name as a count.
But why? You're saying instead of order ID?
Yes.
I don't think so. Because see, one customer might have picked one. For one order, I may say I want standard, and for another, I may say I want the same day. So it cannot be dependent on my ID.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and if you, I don't know how many of you noticed, but there is no column chart over here. So in order to make this bar into a column, this is the icon we use, which is for swapping, Control W. So if you press Control W, it converts it into a column chart. And whenever you present the data in visualization, it's very important, since I'm asking you to tell me which one has the highest ship mode and all those things, always make sure you sort the data and give. So you can sort it from the keys icons on the top, or you could have come over here and sort it. Right? This was one part. Second part was labeling. So in that, we're going to click on the label. I want min and max. And the field I want is order ID. And then that's it. Show the marks label. Done?
Yes, Ishani.
Done. All right, that's it for today. We'll continue. So we finished the marks card today. We are going to work with the filters tomorrow and do the remaining of the questions also that we have.
One last question, Ishani.
Yes,
if
please.
I want to log in this into my public account and try to find this chart over there, how can I find this? In which field do I see that?
So the best way is log in, open your Tableau public work, right? And click on it and get into the Tableau public profile. So it takes you to your profile only. Okay, so whatever is the name of the file, by your name would come. When you click on it, you will be able to see all the visualizations under your name.
Shani, I have not done second question. Can I?
Or the when we save the file?
Say that again, please.
Yeah, all file. I think one file is only showing after
One
saving.
sheet. One sheet you're saying. Not one sheet shows, all the sheets shows over here. The only thing is you have to turn on the settings. So let's say if I pick one particular, let's pick this KPI one. So let's say this workbook is there, right? And it's showing me only sheet 12. But if I go to the settings and turn on the show sheet part as tabs, then it will create tabs and show me all the sheets I've created. See? Got it?
Okay. Shani, can you show the second question? I have not done second question.
Second, nobody has done.
Okay.
Second, I have
Shani?
to, yes.
Shani, I have one issue in gate chart in Power BI. So can you take it that tomorrow or whenever?
Which chart you have an issue with?
Gate chart. I'm not
Gate
able
chart,
to filter.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
There's no
Tomorrow.
options. Yeah.
Sure, sure, definitely.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Shani,
Yes, Chikar.
can I share my screen? Because whenever I put the order ID, it gives me the warning sign.
Warning. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not warning. It's saying I want to put all the members. Say yes, put all members.
So that can I share my screen for once?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Whenever I put this order ID in the column part, it gives
Say
me
add
this.
all, add all, add all. Because see, think about it. Why it is giving you that? Because you are putting in your shelf. Now it doesn't know that you're going to summarize it. So have you seen a table which has like got thousands of columns in it? No. So that's the reason it asks. So do a count distinct. Distinct. It's not distinct. It's count. Count distinct. Measure, measure, measure. Yes. Correct. Okay.
And
If
I
you-
want to show my question. In your answer, after bookcases, it shows chairs, but in my answer, it shows phone, copiers, etc.
Oh, you must have filtered some data.
In the
Did data source
subcategory.
have something filtered? Subcategory, remove it. I don't think so. Remove it from the filters. Why is it in filter? In the filter box over here on the left side, there's subcategory inside the filter box. Remove this. Yeah, your numbers are different. Why your numbers are different? Go to data source once. You have filters now. I don't have filters. Filter. Remember, on the top left, top right, you have 3 filters. I don't have any filters.
Okay.
Edit.
Yeah. On that day, we have done this.
Just delete. Yeah. I am using fresh files every time. Like I said, I know you can't store the previous ones. So I'm not using old files at all. If you remove it, your answer will start matching up.
Again,
Okay.
it was the same.
No, it's correct. Now it's correct. Oh, you've deleted one. Stay in this window, yeah. Pick country also. Don't close.
Now it's showing the same.
Correct. All right.
Yeah, and in this one, every time when we are doing on our data, if it's showing the warning, we have to put add as of
Add all members. Yes.
Add. Okay. Thank you.
Typically,
Shani.
for all these long, with the fields which has a lot of items, we don't put it in our graphs. Like it'll be bad looking graph if I have 1,000 items showing on any axis. So typically, we are doing a measure on top of it, right? So that's why it's fine.
Okay.
All right, guys. Taken up a lot of your time. I know you guys have other meetings, so I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Shani.
Bye.
Bye, Shani.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.